My issue with DC is all their black books. I'm talking Naomi, Nubia, the Milestone books. Why are they all being presented as seasons, as miniseries? None of their other books are presented as miniseries. That shows you that they do not believe in the characters. They do not believe in the product. So they're like, we'll just set it up as a series of miniseries and call it a day.
A question to you. There's a stigma that black comic books starring black characters don't sell. What do you think of that? What do you think of that statement? Do they truly not sell, or are these books not properly being marketed to find an audience? Let's add that to it.
Holy shit, man. You trying to get me in the hot seat for real. Does black comics actually sell? Fuck, bro. That's one of them ones. You know, I think it's an easy notion to say that no, they don't, so don't bother with it. Let's just, give up and let it be. And I don't think it's totally fair to put that assessment in there. I think that when they're marketed correctly, of course they can sell. When anything's marketed correctly, of course they can sell. When the timing is right, and things line up, things can sell better. When Black Panther got its relaunch back, was it 3 years ago? 2016. When they announced that Ta-Nehisi Coates was coming to write Black Panther, that issue number 1 went through the roof, So of course, and then also recently, it was the first appearance of Tosin with Black Panther number 3, I believe, with John Ridley's run, and I couldn't find that issue anywhere. It's a spec. Okay, I got you. It's a spec issue. You know what I'm saying? I got you on that. But I definitely think they can sell. But I think there's also the notion that they're largely ignored. And that is the problem. And is it because of us as a consumer who ignores them? Or is it on the producer who's making a bad product, or hasn't marketed them in the right way, or market them at all, so we as a consumer know that this product even exists? Was it a smart idea to put Batwoman from the CW as a comic series? No. Hell no. But you do shit like that, it's like, see, black comics don't sell. It's like, well, the show is, I'm happy for all the actors and everyone's involved. Fuck, who am I? I'm not gonna act like, I would never write for the CW. Like, fuck, I write for the CW, no problem. But if you look at, the ratings and the reception, you can know that show was going in the tanker soon. So why launch a comic book series about a show with that kind of reception and knowing that it's going to be basically canceled? That doesn't do you any favors, when you make moves like that. So I think, man, it's such a question to compact, because, we're all, there's a part where, we're in it to make art, but also there's the business side to it. I don't think, especially in recent years, it's trendy, but, there's been more attempts for black characters in comic books to succeed than ever before. And I'm talking about DC, Marvel, and Indy as well, right? Indy in the stores and Indy online, Kickstarters, whatever. And, for the last couple of years, there's been sort of a black renaissance of art in general. And I don't think there would have been so many attempts at that if they didn't see dollar signs behind it. You know what I'm saying? We have the Black History Month. We have the Black History Month variants of certain issues. You know what I'm saying? Those must be selling well to do variants of all of them like that. We have Marvel voices every year. You know, we have just different attempts, especially DC. DC, long overdue, has been trying to cook up some more black characters in the front leading roles and try to carry their own series. You know, we have Black Manta and Mr. Miracle and Joe Mullen, Far Sector. We have, you know, the other side of DC History, which was a phenomenal series. So DC honestly has been getting most of my money for the last 2-3 years for sure. And you know, Marvel with mostly Miles Morales, Black Panther, and I can't really call Marvel's been kind of quiet to me, but you know, and on the indie side, there's, you know, we've had Bitterroot, we've had with Excellence, we've had, what's it called, this Hammer series, whatever. You know, we had Philadelphia, we've had with the new one, Meet the Joneses. We've had just a plethora of kind of that new material to read. So I don't think it's a clear cut no. I think I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be. I don't think I can't for sure say it doesn't sell because then we wouldn't have these attempts. I wouldn't see so much, I guess, effort, right? Or I mean, what effort that's being made? I think it would have been like, okay, well, fucking, you're not seeing anything. We're not getting anything. It would have been just like it was before. But I do think they're seeing some crumbs of potential big profits, and they're just trying to make us nibble a little bit more than beforehand. You know, I don't think there's a question of does the black readership exist. Of course, it exists. You know what I'm saying? When you look at, especially like something, and here we go to the big topic that everyone wants to talk about and they're scared to talk about, and like, oh, the big elephant in the room, manga. When you look at something like manga and how that has just taken over and resonated with us, you know, when you look at manga, there's more black female readers buying My Hero Academia over Far Sector with Joe Mullen, or buying My Hero Academia over Nubia's own series. You know what I'm saying? Buying My Hero Academia against, you know, anything from Marvel and DC in general. You know, and it's like, why would black women want to read a middle school, high school teenager, Japanese teenager, try to become the number one superhero in the world? Well, it's the story, it's the characters, it's how it's written. Plus, it does also has a machine behind it as well to propel it to success. But I can't fault them overdoing that because Marvel and DC are machines themselves. So they're missing some pieces. We know that they're missing something when it comes to marketing and getting their books in the hands of readers. You know, we know that they're missing the juice on this. There's misfires, and you know, it seems like it's almost like, you know, the whole thing where you live in Hollywood and it's like you live in a false reality, and everyone's kind of like, you know, like full of themselves, or like, this would be a great idea. People care about this stuff, and then you kind of get out of tune with reality and out of tune with the normal person, with the common person. I think that's going on with Marvel and DC in their own way. You know, both of them. I think that's going on with them. If you want to count, Todd McFarlane, you know, Todd McFarlane with Spawn, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, Spawn's been killing the game, man. Killing the game with their comics, man, and the action figures and toys. But I understand Todd McFarlane is, you know, he's a celebrity icon of an artist. But you know, and I know his face is masked, but it's like, all right, well, look, the best superheroes for the most part have a mask. You know what I mean? Like that's just an aesthetic that's a thing. We like superheroes who wear masks, you know. So I mean, if you're upset that Spawn doesn't wears a mask, then I don't know. You should be upset that damn Spider-Man doesn't have a half mask to show that he's white. You know, like it's a cool aesthetic, and it's the same reason why a character like Venom, reached such popularity, just because it's just a fantastic design, you know. So I gotta say, man, to really all this to go answer your question is that does black comics sell? And I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah. They do. They do sell when done properly. I think that's my catch. My catch 22 is that yes, black comics can sell if they are done like normal comics. I think if they're done, if you treat it like it's a Batman or Superman or Wonder Woman, or if you treat it like the way it should be treated, I think you should get some results more so than just kind of throwing something at the wall and seeing if it sticks, you know? But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm being a little bit too safe for this one. Is it a self-defeatist attitude? Am I saying yes because I'm a black creator trying to make a black writer trying to make some black comics to sell? Is there a market? Is there even an audience for your product? Yeah, of course there is. Why else would I be making it? You know? So I'm interested to hear what you got to say, man, about it, man. So I'll throw it back at you, man. How do you feel about that?
All right. So you threw it back to me. Do black comic books sell? You said a lot, Deon. You said a lot. I'm going to say the rest. I'm going to speak on it so it never have to be spoken on again until people watch this video, they listen to this, and they formulate their own thoughts and opinions and reactions, because I want there to be a chain reaction when it comes to this question. Do black characters sell? Do black comic books sell? However you want to phrase it. Now, first, let's dig into your comments. As far as Spawn. Spawn wears a mask. Yes, he does wear a mask, but the mask isn't the problem. A lot of superheroes have masks on. That's not the issue. The issue with Spawn, and I made a video about do people consider Spawn a black character a couple months ago on my channel, because even without the mask, his face is disfigured. You would not know that this is a black character. You would not know that Spawn is an African American. You wouldn't know. And I've tested this theory. You can literally read 20 to 30 issues of Spawn and not know that he's a black character. So for new readers coming in, they might come in at issue 300. They might come in at issue 275, whatever the case may be. They're reading this book, they're enjoying it. Then all of a sudden it's revealed to them that, hey, Spawn's a black man. They're going to be in a culture shock, because you can literally read dozens of issues of this book and this information will not be there for you. It won't be there. So the mask isn't the problem, it's the man behind the mask. And this is a character who's fought the devil, he's fought God, he's fought angels, demons, etc. He's already shown that he can shapeshift back in the early days of Spawn. So him healing himself, yeah, he can do that. He can make himself look any way he wants. It's in his power set. So that's my problem with Spawn. Now, I look at, you mentioned DC, and you know they've been getting your money more so than Marvel when it comes to black excellence, and I could see why. But my issue with DC is all their black books. I'm talking Naomi, Nubia, the Milestone books. Why are they all being presented as seasons, as miniseries? None of their other books are presented as miniseries. That shows you that they do not believe in the characters. They do not believe in the product. So they're like, we'll just set it up as a series of miniseries and call it a day. We'll just set it up as a series of miniseries and call it a day. That way they're not committed to it. So if this miniseries of Naomi doesn't sell, oh well, we put it out there. We told you it was going to be 6 issues. It's 6 issues. Marvel, I look at books like Fantastic Four, Daredevil, The Hulk. Those are books that traditionally are not big sellers. Every now and then they have a creative team that'll generate some buzz and, the numbers will spike. But they've kept these books, Fantastic Four, Hulk, Daredevil, around for the same reason that they keep Black Panther in print. Trademark and copyright. Trademarks and copyrights. That's why sometimes you'll see Marvel or DC, they will bring out a one-shot or a miniseries featuring a character, and you're like, I haven't seen this character in 10, 15 years. Why are they doing a miniseries on him? Why are they doing a miniseries on her? It's to preserve that copyright and trademark. Now, I brought up Daredevil, The Hulk, Fantastic Four. I brought up these books for a reason. Not only for the trademark copyright aspect of it, but when you compare it to some Black characters and why they would drag out a book by a Blade book, for example, every now and then, it's for the same reasons. When's the last time we had a Blade ongoing series? Why is it Storm has never had an ongoing series? Marvel has a long list of Black characters who could maintain their own series. Blue Marvel, for example. Vixen over there at DC. She should be a household name. Bronze Tiger. He can carry his own book. Not the new 52 version of him, but the original version of that character. Could easily carry his own book. But they won't put it out. They made a Cyborg book, and that book was horrible. And that was after the character had been around forever. And even though he's been in Justice League, he's been in Teen Titans, whatever. Unless the team is there, you don't see Cyborg popping up across the DC universe. He's a very powerful character. He has relationships with a lot of powerful characters. But he's never in their books. He's never in their books. That says a lot. That says a lot. I saw a post once, it was a YouTube video, about how McDonald's markets to Black people. I've seen similar videos and articles about how Nike markets to Black people, how Tyson's Chicken markets to Black people. All these people know how to market to Black people, how to promote their product to Black people, except comic book publishers. What's interesting is when we talk about this, we talk about the Black, quote unquote, Black comics, nobody's ever saying the content is bad. No one ever says, oh, I read this, it was horrible, it was trash. The content of the books are never in question. What is in question is the readership and how these companies are marketing and promoting these books. So my new question to you is, how do you think comic book companies or indie comic book creators should market their books created by Black people featuring Black characters? How should these books be marketed to a Black readership? And I'm only saying the Black readership because we know the white guys are going to, if they think it's cool, they're going to show up. So why do you think, and this is the second part of the question, why do you think Black readers are more likely to pick up a book featuring a non-Black character than a black character. If, as I said a while ago, the stories are good. The content is good. Unless the content really isn't as good as I say it is right now. We all know that Milestone Returns has been a train wreck. Yeah, it's selling some units, but not enough to keep this afloat for very long. People don't want the content. And, you know, a lot of people say it's too woke for them. And then some people say, well, the original Milestone books were woke. So what are you bitching about? It's crazy.